Hello, everybody, and welcome to the video store. I know you haven't seen. Wait, where the fuck is Nazario? Jesus Christ, he's not even here. See, this is the problem, people. We have complete opposite schedules at this point. I work nights, he works mornings. We can't be on the same fucking stream anymore. But tomorrow, that all changes because we're coming back together for a video tomorrow. So tune in for that. For right now, though, I got a special show coming up here. I love horror movies. You guys know I love horror movies. I try to talk about horror all the time, do matches, shit like that. This time, though, we are doing a new show called Why We Love Horror. And for the first episode, I wanted to bring on someone special. One of my best friends. I've known her for like 13 years. We met at a video store. She loves horror movies. We bonded over watching movies and sharing our love for horror. Here she is. This is Vicious Rose of Valerie. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. We got like 3 people watching right now.
Hi, guys.
People, comment below anything you want. Just go ahead and comment so I know you're here, so I know who's here. Let's see what we got so far. Yes, thank you, Cody. Glad you're tuning in, man.
Oh, I love the energy already.
So, okay. Valerie, you haven't really seen any of our stuff here, so you don't really know, but don't worry, because this isn't going to be a wild episode. I just want to know, what brought you to horror films? What started your love for it?
Honestly, it was my dad. He was a big fan of horror movies. So, when I was a little too young, I would try to sneak a peek, if I was like in the hallway and I'd try to watch, but my ass always got caught. So there wasn't much I could see. But when I was old enough, or at least, they thought I was old enough, he showed me some, and I don't know, I was just hooked ever since. So I think that was kind of also my way of bonding with my dad.
Do you remember the first horror movie you may have snuck a peek at?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, Child's Play. That was my my first one. That didn't go so well. That scared the shit out of me.
Little dude running around with a knife.
Oh yeah. That scared the hell out of me, but yet for some reason I wanted to watch more. So I don't know what was wrong with me, but I just always loved it.
Now I know with Bride of Chucky especially, you love that movie. You love The Bride. I know you always wanted the dolls of them, but I know it would scare the shit out of your kids. So I understand why.
Oh man, yeah. I used to always want them, except I never wanted the bootleg looking ones. Like at Hot Topic, where it's they made a shit ton of them, and then I never wanted. I wanted the ones from the set. But even I think I would have been scared to have them in my house, only because my mind wanders, all crazy. I've seen way too many horror movies, played too many horror games. So
now I know that me and you both love horror films. You mentioned an 80s horror film, but I know you usually go towards the 90s and above, 90s, 2000, 2010s horror. I usually go 90s and below for the majority of the time. What do you think would be your favorite decade, if you had one, of horror?
Oh, favorite decade? Honestly, it's probably the 90s for me. Honestly, I can't even tell you exactly why. I just know I'm a huge fan of the 90s movies. To me, it just felt, well, I guess it's because I grew up with it, so it's always going to have a place in my heart. But yeah, I would go straight towards the 90s for sure.
I know that we went to go to Tarantino's theater to see Scream 1 and 2, so I knew that 90s was up there for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, honestly, I would do that again. But the Scream movies were pretty incredible. I like the storyline to them. It's kind of creepy, because they go based off of scary movies. What would you do in a scary movie, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was really fun, and I would totally sit through all of them, to do it again.
Now, I know when it comes to especially jump scares, get you a lot, and some jump scares got on me. But I remember one instance, we went to go see Annabelle Creation, and I had already seen it at that point. So we were in
Yeah.
the theater, and all I'm doing is watching you when it's coming up to a jump scare because I know what's gonna happen. And I remember one specifically, it's when she's like under the stairs and the
Mm.
dude pops out and you just had the biggest jump in the wall.
Any
So
jump
fucking
scare,
fun.
whether it be in a game, a movie, or a TV show, gets me every single time. And especially when they, like, as soon as you hear that eerie music, that's when I'm like, okay, something's gonna happen. So I'm already preparing for it, but it still gets me anyways. So, yeah, I'm a chicken when it comes to scary stuff, even though I love it a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like that's my thing.
No, I like it. It's perfect. And okay, so what's one movie that you think that has enhanced your love for the genre? What's a movie that you're bringing to the table here?
Honestly, I would have to go with The Conjuring. I love that series. Again, my dad's actually the one that showed me. I missed out, I guess, when it first came out. I didn't hear about it, and it was the middle of the night, and he was like, "Oh, have you seen The Conjuring?" I'm like, "No. What is it?" It's a horror movie. Okay, I'm in. Let's let's watch it. And I remember we watched the whole thing. Jump scares happen in that, and I would freak out. And interesting story. After the movie was over, I had to like let my dog out, and it was middle of the night because me and my dad always like to stay up late. And we lived in these apartment complexes. And as I was letting my dog out, I looked at the window, like kind of across from where we were, and the light was on, but then there was like a figure just standing at the window, like as if they were just looking down at me, and it scared the crap out of me. I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. Let's go inside. I'm not gonna deal with this shit right now. So I like booked it inside because that movie just like it scared the crap out of me. And even if I watch it again, still gonna scare the crap out of me.
I have a kind of similar experience, but it happens all the fucking time to me. When I go outside of my house, I live on cul-de-sac. Up on the top of the cul-de-sac is one lone light post that just shines one light down. Other than that, it's fucking pitch black everywhere. And every time I go outside, I never look up to that light post because I have a feeling one day there's going to be a dude just standing there.
Just standing there. That's exactly what I was thinking. I think we've seen way too many horror movies, and now we're expecting everything.
I am surprised, though, that I forgot that you hadn't seen that in theaters.
The Conjuring.
Yeah,
I'm really sad I
didn't see
didn't,
it,
but everything else I sure as hell did. I like stuck up with it, Conjuring 2, and then what was it, The Nun that came out? And then what was that?
The Annabelle movies.
The Annabelle one. You know what? That one really scared the crap out of me. That had so many jump scares. It was just a lot of people don't like movies with a bunch of jump scares, but for me, I guess I don't mind them because it like gets me hyped up and like, I don't know. I get scared shitless. So and they get me every time.
It looks like we get...
Oh, Marcy. She came in to watch. Hello.
No, it's funny because for jump scares, it depends on the movie. Like the Conjuring universe movies, with the exception of The Nun, I love those type of jump scares. But there's some
Wait, you're saying you don't like The Nun?
No, I do not like The Nun. I just thought...
me too.
Yeah, I didn't care for it at all.
I didn't really like it either.
And we got my Australian brother in here. Opening scene, Annabelle. Yes. Opening scene is so fucking great. And so, since you chose The Conjuring, I have brought up the trailer for people who may have not seen it or haven't seen it in a while. So
highly suggested.
Let's check that out. Because I have not actually seen this trailer in a long time. So let's see. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's see if this was the one that I was thinking of too. Because there's one specific part in it that I'm very curious is in this one.
I've never actually seen the trailer. Because remember, I was late to it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See, this clap game is so fucking freaky.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that part gets me every time. Nope.
Glad. I'm gonna get you now. I hear you breathing.
You took your blindfold off. I win. I was in Christine and Nancy's room.
Yeah, that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Girls, it's way past your bedtime.
That is very true.
I would have left so long ago.
And it's funny because they actually explain why they can't leave in the movie, and it's because it'll follow them. See, usually movies don't explain that, and they just go, "Why the fuck aren't they leaving the house?"
Yeah. Well, then too, they say like their money is tied up in the house. You know, like they can't really afford to really go anywhere. So that's super crappy.
See, I think this was if they show it in this trailer. I remember seeing a trailer where they showed what happens here, and I'm like, this would have been perfect if they didn't show it.
Now.
Yep, they're gonna show it.
I don't like it.
If they would have left that for the actual movie, I think that would have been a fucking amazing scare. No, but I mean that they showed it in the trailer, so people knew it was coming.
Yeah. I mean, I did it only because I didn't see the trailer. But yeah, for sure, I agree.
And we got a couple more. Let's see what we got here. Oh, dude, Michael, that I watched this the other night, and that sheet blown off the clothesline.
Oh, I know, and then it hits the window.
I love it.
Oh my goodness,
it's so great. And she's just standing in the window looking at it, looking down at her. Let's see.
I was reading that the family lived in the house for years. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years, but I know they did stay there. Well, I don't know if they did. I don't, to be honest, I don't know the full truth, to it, but
yeah,
I don't think I would have stayed. I probably would have left the first night. Let's get real, but that pipe in the wall scene was crazy. The pipe in the wall scene. Which one's that one?
I think is it the one where they're crawling through the house? You remember when the little girl, one of the youngest daughters, is like hidden in the walls trying to get away from the mom who's possessed at that point.
That's right. And then I know towards the end, Lorraine like found that area, and then she fell all the way down to the basement, and then saw that woman that was hung. Ugh, creepy.
So plot-wise, it's basically the Warrens, played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. They are not necessarily. They're not a part of the church, but I guess he is recognized as one of the guys who isn't part of the church that can actually perform exorcisms. And they meet this family, the Perron family, as you saw in the trailer. Lily Taylor and Ron Livingston and their family starts getting haunted. So they bring in the Warrens to come investigate, and all kinds of creepy shit starts happening. And what I love is that they open this movie with the Annabelle part at the beginning. And
that's
right.
Right.
With the first movie, the ending of the first, and I think that was so great that they cut back and forth from the Annabelle doll, so that's going to pop up sometime later in a movie, and especially with their daughter when it happens with that small part with the Annabelle doll and the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
It is so,
and that was the latest Annabelle, right? The one where it had to do with the daughter.
Yeah,
and they like went off and did a case, and that's all. Yeah, I actually really like that movie a lot. I'm thinking of the one where the little girl is the issue.
What goal? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's.
The mom is the
Oh
issue.
yeah, no, yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I think that
become-
was the main focus of that demon is like breaking down everybody, you know, but to go after the mother to kill their children. I think
Yeah,
that was
that's
kind of
what
the
the
trend in
story
that one.
was from the witch hanging, is that she would go to like the nurse with a nurse jump scare, and that nurse killed. I forgot if they killed the daughter or the son in that one, but then the other chubbier lady, same thing happened.
Oh,
She
yep.
got back, and then she kills the kids, and I think that's a great like idea for a case for them for this movie, is them going after someone that is killing children, because anytime you involve kids in these type of movies, it's always a little creepier because you don't want to see those kids get hurt. And they
Yeah,
have
I
that part
know.
where she's where they come down the stairs with a mom, and she has the scissors in the air, and she's about to stab the daughter, and they're like holding her back, and she's just screaming.
Yeah, no, you know what the part that got me was when they were gonna perform the exorcism and the husband's like, you know, no, you gotta stop, you know, you're killing her. And Lorraine like jumps in saying, like, at this point, it's about saving her soul. And that like hurt so bad because it's like, oh man, so it's not even to like keep her alive. It's like, hey, we gotta save your soul, make sure, you know, you don't end up in hell. So that was like a really interesting part for me, at least. It was just really sad. I felt bad for the husband.
And yeah, it is the second one with a little girl who is being tracked by the demon.
And that one takes
they're
place in
putting
the
out the demon.
70s, isn't it? I think.
The second one or the first one?
Yeah, the second one.
I believe so, yeah.
Where it's about the little girl and she's
Yeah.
seeing like that old dude in the chair.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we got someone new in here. Loki, all the Annabelle movies.
Oh, what's up, chicken nugs? Loki, all the Annabelle movies are like a blur for me. Yeah.
See, the second and the third one are like, especially the second one, there are some great fucking parts in that one. That's the Annabelle creation, which is pretty much the prequel of Annabelle.
Mm-hmm.
But that one has a lot of good scares. I really enjoy that one.
So wait, what is the one where it was the latest one where it's about the daughter? And how
Annabelle comes home with her friends and everything like that.
Yeah, which one is that one called?
Oh, that's literally called Annabelle.
It's just home. Annabelle, right?
Annabelle Comes Home.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think that one's my favorite one for me personally.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. I love.
But the other one you're talking about is the one where they like leave the notes in the barn and all that, and the little girl.
Yeah,
is that the one?
That where they have the well and everything like that.
That's right. Oh my God, was it the body or oh no, it was the freaking wheelchair that like came thrown down at the bottom. Yeah. That was so loud that scared I screamed. I was just it caught me off guard.
Everything with that wheelchair is so great. I love it, man. That one is actually a really good one. So great for it. So for The Conjuring, do you have a favorite scene in general?
Do I have a favorite scene? Honestly, it has to be the clap where she's playing the game. So all the other kids,
they were playing the clap with the mom and the little daughter. Now when the kids are playing it.
Yeah, because I mean, imagine you hearing this clap, like you're hearing the doors open, and then you hear this clap, and then you hear your little girl in the back, like, "Oh, you couldn't find me." It's like, what the shit was that then? We gotta go.
And knowing that there's a little crawl space in that closet just makes that even more creepier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? Actually, another one is when two of the girls, I think they're two of the older ones, maybe. Or middle ones, they were in bed and the little girl woke up because I guess she felt something like touching her feet.
Yeah.
And so she was like sitting up, like so scared. And her sister woke up and she's like, what? You know? And they hear the door and she's like, you don't see him standing there? And she's like, oh, it smells in here. And then all of a sudden the door slams when she's like stood up and everything. Oh, that part scared the crap out of me. I'm like, I hate that. I hate that so bad.
Yeah, when the camera is just on that door and the audience is trying to zoom in to just go,
Mhm.
is there fucking something?
Yeah.
It's so great that they.
Well, because you think about that, like if you're sitting in the dark, like your mind wanders, right? And then you might even start seeing shapes because you're not sure and you're scared. So I'm like, okay, well, what is she seeing? Because I'm not seeing it, but you hear that humming, that music. The music always gets you.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
is very true.
oh my gosh, I can't handle that. I don't know how they did it.
It looks like we have a question here for you.
Sinister, have you seen it and do you like it?
One or
Sinister,
two.
one or two. You know what? To be honest, I know I've seen him, but I don't remember him all that well. I don't remember who's in it.
The first one has Ethan Hawke from Training Day.
Oh,
And
that's right. And he like finds those videos or like old
Yeah,
reels,
the
right?
8mm reels.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't remember if I liked it or not. I'm pretty sure I enjoyed it, but it sucks that I don't really remember that one all that much.
The second one I didn't really care for, but the first one I think is a perfect horror film, and it's done by Scott Derrickson, who did Doctor Strange.
Really?
Yeah, and so he started out with those type of movies. He also did oh god, what is it? Deliver Us from Evil, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure that's the title, where it's about a detective who is dealing with possessions and stuff like that, and it gets very creepy towards the end. That's a good movie. Like, it's not amazing, but it's so much fun.
I think I remember the front cover of Sinister. Is it the one where it's like kind of grayish and the blood like going along? Where
Yes.
that thing is like, yeah, see, I can remember older titles only because I worked in the video store for a while. So I'm like, oh, it's that one with that picture. Sometimes that's the only way I can identify the movie.
Now, I think we touched on it already, but what's your favorite scare of The Conjuring? Is it the clap, or do you have another one that you like as well?
Oh, my favorite scare.
Could be jump scare, or it could just be atmospheric.
Gosh, there's so many like jump scares. It's always the jump scares that get me the most. And there's so many in that one, like when the door is slamming, or so like for instance, when the little girl like was sleepwalking and she's like banging her head on that closet thing or the armoire.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden they see that creature like looking up at them and like jump down and just attack her. That scared the crap out of me. Oh, actually, when they grabbed the little girl's hair and just started dragging her around the whole living room and all over the house, that part scared me.
yeah, that came out of nowhere too.
Well, because it was like slow motion. I'm like, what the hell? And then out of nowhere, just yanked her all over the place. That part got me pretty good.
No, that's a good one.
Scene.
I like which part? Okay, so this goes hand in hand. One of the useless characters to me of this movie is that cop, the cop that shows up with him.
Useless? He was the most funny because
like
he got
if you look
picked
at it, like he doesn't like he shows up with the shotgun and everything like that. He goes, "This guy's gonna be badass," but he literally the most that he does is he brings the shotgun in that almost kills everybody. He puts it to the side, but then
he also doesn't believe in it.
That's what I think is ridiculous. Is when he's going to the house, he could have literally killed any of those kids because he decides, you know what, I'm not going to look through the window. Fuck that. I'm going to fucking blow open the door with a shotgun. He could have shot anybody through that fucking door. Where he could have taken the butt of the gun and just smashed it. But no, he's going to just fire a big ass fucking.
Well, he didn't believe in any of that, right? He was just kind of along for the ride. Exactly. I think the funny part of that one was when she got trapped inside the cellar area. And they got her out and the door was open and all of a sudden it like slammed shut and his face was just like
yeah.
And then they called him out like, you okay there? Like, you look like you got scared. He's like, oh no, I think it was a draft.
And that's what goes hand in hand with one of my favorite scares is when he sees the nurse. He hears her at first and outside and he goes outside and then he sees her in like the little pantry area. And then she walks off screen and he goes to follow her. And then he starts calling for them because he's seen something. He turns around and he starts walking back and then she just walks right into him.
Yeah.
With the living shit out of him. It's so fucking hilarious.
I mean, I would too for someone that's like showing me their cut wrists and then throwing themselves. I'd be like, what the hell?
And every time I see like the cut wrist thing, all I think of is The Sixth Sense. the hallway.
Ooh, that was the scariest scene in that movie for me.
Yeah.
I love that movie too because it's not all crazy gore and this or that. It has, it's like a thriller,
Yeah.
But when she's just like, "You can't hurt me anymore," and it's like, "Oh my god, if I was that little and I saw that, I would have like pissed myself." It was so sad.
It's one of the best scares of that movie for sure. It is
Yeah.
so great how they do it because he shows it from that long angle at 1st.
Mhm. Well, that and when they like those jerk kids like locked him in that closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty scary too.
Because then
That was really fun.
they show the inside and they just show what he's going through while they're knocking on that door.
But the ending had a really good twist. I think that's what really made me love the movie. It was just like, no way. I was not expecting that at all.
And that's what sucks nowadays too, is that for anybody that hasn't seen that movie, they already know the twist going in.
I
So
know.
like 90% of the people know what that is.
Mhm.
Because it's been brought up so many times. Plus, of 51st Dates, that was basically a plot point of that's a movie they kept showing over and over again. So they had to watch it 5 billion times.
Yeah. It
But-
sucks when movies start getting predictable, like the M. Night Shyamalan movies. You
Yeah.
always knew there was a twist. Like every cartoon, like adult cartoon would make fun of it too. Like, what a twist. Like
Yeah.
we already knew there's something. So it kind of would kill it. But
And he took off for like he disappeared for a little while after the last Airbender movie, but then he came back with The Visit and Split, which again, no one knew Split was going to be a sequel to Unbreakable. So I think that's what helped him.
yeah. I didn't realize that either until you actually told me. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, because that's the thing with that type of cameo at the end. You really had to have watched Unbreakable recently because that was his second movie he had done, and most popular movie of his at that time was Sixth Sense. So if you didn't remember Unbreakable at all, and maybe didn't even remember Bruce Willis was in it, that thing does not work. Because just look at him, what the fuck is Bruce Willis doing in this movie? What the hell is going on? Like, why is he in it for 10 seconds? But I think it was brilliant for people who did remember Unbreakable and then seeing that. I think that was a great way to go, hey, we're coming back for another one. And
I think I messed up because I didn't remember Unbreakable. I don't even know if I saw the whole thing. That was the issue. So then I saw it, and it wasn't a bad movie, but I wasn't thrilled about it either. So
okay. Did you like Split though? Or is that the one you
no, that's the one where I was just kind of iffy about.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like I need to watch it again because I didn't give it my full focus at the time. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll give it another chance. So I'm not closed off to it.
And then for Conjuring, since we talked about a useless character, what's the character that won the movie for you?
It's two. It's Ed and Lorraine. Oh man, I still consider that movie a love story. It's a horror movie, but like I just love how, what is it? She's a clairvoyant.
Yeah.
And like he's so lovable and protective of her, and like their relationship just works, for them wanting to help help other families, and it brings like an ease to the house. It's not like, okay, let's just get work done. They're just, like they're part of the family trying to help. So I think for me, they were definitely my favorite characters, and my favorite characters in all the other ones too.
Yeah, they picked the right, like casting them to play those characters, I think was the right move. They have great chemistry together, and they've been able to hold this franchise together for the most part with just them. Like you come back to watch them. That's what you're coming back for the majority of the time, is to watch them. And I love the fact that when she talks about how, he talks to the dad, Ron Livingston, about what happened to her during one of the exorcisms and how it kind of fucked her up.
Oh yeah, she didn't come out for like 12 days or something like that.
Yeah, without like eating any food or anything like that, just locked in her room. And I think it just shows that love between them, because when he's about to do the exorcism at the end, he's just telling her, you got to get the hell out of here, because he does not want it to happen again.
Yeah.
And it's a possibility. And you even know when they show up at that house, he in a way is hesitant about helping them because he knows how it affected her.
Yeah,
So if
he's
you
like
want
every
to help
time
him,
that she has these like premonitions and all this stuff, it like takes a piece of her every time. So it, and he always tries to, make up these little lies like, oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, but really
yeah,
he's gonna go check out a case. And she's like, okay, well, you can't lie to me, so I'm
exactly.
going. So it's just I love how eager she is to help people, even though the costs of what it does to her.
Yes. So, that is The Conjuring, people. If you haven't seen it, I know it's spoilers all around, but if you haven't seen it in a while, go and check it out. It's such a fun movie. Like, this is one of the newer ones that I really enjoy. For the most part, I enjoy the Conjuring universe. Certain movies here and there don't really care for or don't love as much, but
The Nun.
yeah. In the third Conjuring movie, they have a very stupid name to it. I can't remember it's something so ridiculous that it's kind of turning me off to it, but at the same time, I'm going,
Oh, the new one that's supposed to come out?
yeah,
Is that what
I'm
you're talking?
looking that up.
I read
The
the
devil made me
description.
do it. It's
I
a
read the
Conjuring, the devil
description
made me
and
do it.
I'm actually really looking forward to it
Yeah, the
because
movie in
the
general,
story seems pretty interesting. So I can't wait for that.
it's just the name that's killing me. The Conjuring, the devil made me do it. I'm like, why? Just call it The Conjuring 3. You don't need that.
Yeah, I agree because
It's
they
such
had
a
the
name.
Conjuring 2. Why not? Why not just
And
stick to it?
And if it sticks with the schedule, it's supposed to be coming out in June. So, but that's if
Oh, I
they stick
hope.
with what's going on. I don't know if that's the case. They may move it.
Darn
But
you, COVID.
yeah. But yeah, one of the reasons why I brought you on was to promote, as you can tell, your logo, Vicious Rose, your Twitch channel, which, I have the video store logo up here, but let's change that for the rest of the episode because I love these logos. This logo is fucking great. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
perfect, and it's something that you became a Twitch affiliate within a month, which, from all intents and purposes, I looked it up. Other people have looked it up. It usually takes people a couple months to do, and you fucking flew through that. How was it for you going through that process? Why did you want to do Twitch, and how did it get you to that point of grinding it?
Well, to be honest, I've been wanting to stream for years. I just never had the proper tools. So it wasn't until recently that I was able to, my husband like basically built me a computer and it allowed me to be able to do this. And for me, I mean, I'm a mom of 5, I'm always going crazy during the day and it's always hectic. But this for me is kind of my escape, and to be able to talk to people and, because I've always been kind of a homebody, but then COVID like made it even extra. So it's kind of nice to be able to chat with people and play with other people and because she's a beast. Thanks. But that's kind of what really, kept me going. And then when I heard about being an affiliate, I saw that as a goal and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it. So I decided I'm gonna stream every day and I'm just gonna grind. And luckily I had a lot of cool people to support me. Marcy was definitely one of them. She helped me a lot. And another person was he goes by Anchor HD. He was another really cool streamer that helped me out. And like I'm incredibly grateful for them and all my friends and everyone that tried to help me out. Because the hardest thing to do was get the viewers, right? 3 consecutive viewers all the time. So it's hard when you're new, but like my husband, he helped me so much. And like I wouldn't have been able to do this without him. Setting everything up and this and that. I can't do any of that. So he's the best, dude. It was all her. No, you definitely helped, Marcy. You guys helped so much. Like you guys welcomed me into the community, and I love still showing up in your chats and you guys showing up in mine and us streaming together. Like that's a lot of fun. So for me, it's just kind of an escape and being able to talk to other adults, other than just my husband, since I have a house full of kids running around, little babies everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of why I decided I want to stick to it and I want to reach that goal as quick as I can. And now that I did, now I'm like, okay, well, this is a lot of fun and I want to stick to it. So I kind of want to see how far I can go and how far I can grow.
And I've been playing. I've known you for 13 fucking years. I've played video games with you for years, especially the last couple years. We played a bunch of games together, and I see that it makes you really happy. So I am so fucking glad that this worked out and that you were able to actually follow through and do this. Because I can tell it gets you really excited. It gets you a break from everything, and you just love doing it. And I think that works. But since we're talking about Twitch, I was sent a clip. So I want to show that clip of gameplay that you've done in the past. So I think it'd give people a little incentive to go and follow you on Twitch. I'm bringing it up right now.
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, a horror game, people. I love this game. Like, me and you, we started off playing Friday the 13th, and
Oh yeah.
at the start, it was fucking amazing to play. Like, I loved the hell out of it. But then when that lawsuit hit, it kind of destroyed that game.
Oh, I know, it ruined it.
But in the process, we found this, and I think this became the better game in the long run because the devs are always putting stuff together. They're always updating it. Always new chapters.
Well, you got to remember too, when it was out and I decided to try it. This is after playing Friday the 13th.
Yes.
And like, I didn't understand it. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I was like, what do you mean you can't hit the killer? Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to defend myself? And it was like completely different. Yeah. And I just turned it away. I was so quick to turn it away. I was like, I'm sticking to Friday the 13th, this and that. And it wasn't until like, I don't know, the past year that I got on it. And I gave it that chance, and I ended up falling in love with it. It's such a fun game.
And it has fucking Ash, so it's got to be badass.
Oh, yeah. That definitely helped.
But let's go ahead and play this and check it out.
Okay. No! Come on, help me finish. Help me finish. That's what happens when you suck.
So the doors are open, so you got to escape through the doors at this point.
Yeah, you got to fix all the gens, or at least 5 of them, before you can escape.
But yeah.
Okay.
I think your setup is fucking amazing. I love the lighting.
Thank you.
Like you took this seriously, and I think that's what helped this, is that most people who start this, they play every now and again, and it works, but you being able to just go in there and grind helped this a lot and helped you reach that goal. And I think that's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've always loved gaming. And again, my dad is to thank for that. He's the one, Marcy, far back in the I'm so glad he doesn't have that clip. But since I was a kid, I have been in love with video games, and because my first system was Sega, right? So Sonic, and then I think there was a Jurassic Park one back then that I used to play too. But my dad, he used to play on his computer. So a lot of times when he'd get home from work, he'd want to sit down, relax, and play a few games, and I would pull up a chair next to him and I would just watch. So for me, like, I love watching streamers play games, especially ones that I feel like I probably can't do it myself. So I like to watch people stream, and now it's super awesome that I get to, and people can enjoy the content that I bring. So I think all of this, horror movies and video games and horror games, and that is definitely for my dad. So, as I wish he was still around. Unfortunately, he did pass away a couple years ago, but this is kind of keeping the memory alive for me.
I think that is fantastic. I loved your dad. Dad was amazing, and I'm so glad that you can keep you have an aspect that keeping towards you for him in horror that you can always go back to. I think that is amazing.
Thanks.
But I think everybody that's watching that hasn't already should go and check out your channel for sure. You do amazing stuff. You're like, the horror stuff is hilarious to watch, but you also play Apex.
Yeah, I love playing Apex. I like to stream a variety of things, whether it be Among Us or Apex, or just recently we tried out that pummel party thing, which is super hilarious. But yeah, and actually there's a game that I happened to get a code to be able to play, because there's this game called Left 4 Dead that I used to play daily for hours back when I was younger and I had time with no kids. And I would just play the crap out of it, always just play. And now the same makers are creating one called Back 4 Blood, and it's only like going to be for the weekend. I believe it's starting tomorrow through the weekend, and that's the one thing that I'm going to be streaming probably the most, if it actually is pretty good. Unfortunately, it's going to tease me because it won't come out till the end of June.
Yeah.
But, it's still going to be fun. I'm super excited. I'll definitely make an announcement either later tonight or tomorrow when I'll be able to stream it. But I am so excited.
And to get people more excited for it, I found the trailer for it. So I thought we'd check that out. Let's see what this thing's all about. Ooh. Looks like she's mentioning golf with friends as well.
Oh yeah, golf with friends is so frustrating, but a lot of fun. Wonder. I love that it has the same aspect to it.
Yes.
Gosh, I'm so freaking excited.
Oh,
Not looking forward to that, that's for sure.
being stuck there.
But I think this is where teamwork comes in, right? So maybe someone else has to get you out. You can't get out yourself. The graphics are so much better. It looks like the guns are a lot better too, especially now that you can aim down the sights unlike before.
Yeah, that seems like it's definitely going to be helpful with this type of game.
Gosh, I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait to start playing. Hopefully there's no issues. I got the code already and it's like ready to be downloaded and everything. So once I do, that's all I'm going to be streaming for a while, while it's out.
And I think that's a good entry point for people, for your channel, is for you playing this basically beta version of it. I think that's going to be great, man. I think everyone should tune in and watch it, because that's going to be fucking awesome to see you play it. We got to, let's see.
World War Z. You know what? It has that feeling too, and I've been wanting to play that. I just haven't been able to find people to play with. So it's tough to like get in a lobby with a whole bunch of random people, because either a lot of times they'll just kind of run through and forget their teammates, or won't communicate. So I'd rather play with like a full group, or at least 3 out of 4. It makes it a lot more fun. The experience is better.
Okay, the alpha. What the fuck ever. Same thing.
Guess I got to get it right.
For everybody, in the description below this video, I'm going to put her link to her stream. So you go, you click it, you're going to follow her because you got to. Or on Facebook, I'm also going to put the link up as well. If you guys are watching through the video store, I'm going to put a link up as well. I do want you to come back and on one of these shows or other random shows that we have. We have a shitload. I named you a couple of them. There's like 10 of them.
Heck yeah, this is actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. So I'm really glad that you asked me to do it. I would definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you came on. This has been great. And you talking about horror is great, but I think I know you love movies in general. So I think there are definitely other shows on here that I think you do extremely well on, which I will talk to you off stream about.
Don't get me started on comedy. I'll just start quoting stuff. People won't get it, and then I'll just look like an idiot.
But people, that is it for tonight. I want to thank you for being my first guest on Why We Love Horror. This is going to be a fun time. You know, my schedule isn't as available as I used to be, but me and Nazario are going to be coming back tomorrow. And then in the next couple of weeks, we got a couple things growing. So people watch out for that. We're not done yet. We're coming back and check out the Untitled Lucas and Zach podcast, man. I just listened to the newest one. These guys are fucking great. You guys need to listen to their shit, man. They're fucking hilarious. But as we always end, we end with a song. But I also want to say, people, go to our TeePublic, buy our shit. Nazario needs some money. I need the money. He needs his 4K TV, goddammit. We need to get it for him. So please fucking buy our shit. It helps you. We're not asking for donations. You get t-shirts. You get t-shirts like the video store. You get the 100th that Nazario's bought. You get fucking mugs, pillowcases, what the fuck ever they have. They have a bunch of shit on there. We get like $2 off of it. But please buy it. But we always got to end it with the song. So thank you guys for joining. This has been fucking awesome. All right, I will talk to you soon. And everybody else, man, check it out on Facebook. Check it out on YouTube. I will have the links to her shit down below. Thank you. Have a good night, people.
Thanks, guys.